So I need to teach you how to enter a table. So on a blank entry line, you just put your cursor on there and you're going to head up to the plus bar up here. Click on the plus, and when you do, you get several options. An option for an expression, that's what you get if you don't click the plus. You always get the expression option. If you want to type a note, those little quotation marks, I'll show you about that later. Here's the option for a table. So you're going to click that. Now the table comes automatically labeled. They're going to label it X1, Y1 automatically unless you've already used X1, Y1 in another table. So for example, if I come down here and add another table, it's going to be called X2, Y2. You can change the label of these tables. And I will show you that in just a second. But right now, if you just wanted to enter a table, let's say we do 1, put in the point 1, 1, put in the point 2, 2, 3, 3, and so forth. Notice that as you enter the points, they plot the points over here. And if you go over here and click on any one of the points, it'll show you where it is. This is very helpful if you are not sure about what quadrant your point is supposed to be in, or if you're graphing it correctly, you can always put it in a table or plot a point and then click on it, and it'll show you which one it is. Okay. Now, you can do something a little bit different here. If you remember, we were doing y equals, I don't know, 2x plus 1. So we typed in equations in slope-intercept form. Function notation, you should remember that from Algebra 1. Function notation means you replace the y with the f of x. It did not change the way it graphed, and if you want to make sure that, we can do y equals 2x plus 1 on the next line, and you'll see that the two lines are graphed right on top of each other, and you can tell that by turning the purple one off, and you'll see it's right on top of the green one. Turn the purple one back on, and so forth. So it is the exact same equation. This is just written in function notation, and this is not. This is written in slope-intercept form. This one's still in slope-intercept form. It's just in function notation. Okay, so why would we want to do that? A couple of reasons. One of the things that you're supposed to be able to do is evaluate the linear function for a given value. So they're going to say let x equal 2, or let's let x equal 3. We're going to plug in 3. Well, if you plug in 3 right there, you can type it in just like this: 2 times 3 plus 1. That's literally plugging it in. And that's going to tell you that the y value is 7. And we can see that that point 3, 7 is on the graph. If we plot the point 3, 7, then you can see it right there. Okay, so that's kind of clunky. I mean, that will certainly work, but there's also another way. Instead of plugging it in and doing this, you can just use function notation and say, tell me what f of 3 is. And right here, it'll tell you that f of 3 is 7. So this is the, these are the same thing. Plugging in 3 in for x and having Desmos calculate the 7. This plugging the 3 in for x, multiplying the 3 times 2, and then adding 1, that's what it's doing right down here when you plug in f of 3. So this right here kind of explains that, but I think this is just one step faster. Okay, so the other reason why you might like to use function notation is because if you add a table now, and we change this label to just X, and we change this label to f of X, then we don't have to populate the f of X right here. We plug in 1, and it plugs the 1 in right there. 1 times 2 is 2. 2 plus 1 gives me 3. There we plug in 2. It's plugging in the 2 for us. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 plus 1, that gives me 5. And again, just like we saw a while ago, the 3, plug in the 3, we get 7. And notice that as we have, just like we did a while ago, as we populate this table, it plots the points so that we can see all of those points are indeed points that are on the line. So if you need a table associated with some graph, then it just needs to be sure to be written in function notation. And then when you build the table, you'll need to change the labels.